Hello and welcome to this demonstration video on the Market Tracker product. My name's Ed Davies and I'm a solicitor and professional support lawyer with Lexis PSL Corporate. Market Tracker is a corporate transaction analysis product that sits within Lexis PSL Corporate. At its heart, it's a deal analysis tool which allows users to locate, analyze and compare data in relation to key aspects of public company corporate transactions. In addition, the product offers detailed searchable summaries of the latest public company transactions containing narrative and key data points extracted by the Market Tracker team from company announcements made on the London Stock Exchange. A comprehensive and fully searchable library of company announcements and transaction documentation. An in-depth analysis of recent trends in corporate transactions and activity via our trend reports and news analysis. So, let's have a look at the Market Tracker product, how we access it and how we use it. So the first thing we're going to consider is how to access the Market Tracker product. As you can see on the screens, we're on the corporate homepage of Lexis PSL. This should be familiar to you already. Underneath the key search bar at the top of the screen, we've got the drop-downs for topics, news and key resources. Let's just take a look at the Market Tracker aspects of these in turn. Firstly, topics. If I just scroll down the screen, you can see that we have a Market Tracker topic down here. Clicking on that opens up a number of subtopics below. The first one, using Market Tracker. Within this subtopic are a number of useful documents. First of all, the Market Tracker Access and Scope document. Just open that. Within this is a short summary of the key features of the product, and then a table setting out the statement of scope, the transaction data analysis scope of the product. If we just have a look at one of these for example, you can see down here, initial public offerings or IPOs. It tells us that the relevant thresholds are a minimum market capitalisation on admission to trading on the main market must be £100 million or more. And the minimum market capitalisation on admission to trading on AIM must be £25 million. In the third column, it tells us that our deal coverage started in May 2007. And this information is given for the 13 deal types that we have within the Market Tracker product. So let's leave the scope document and have a look at what else is available in this particular subtopic. You can also see that we've got a guide for users. That is helpful for doing simple searches and knowing what particular features are available within the product, but I'm not going to open that up for now. Also available on this page are a number of deal type summaries for each of the deals that we cover. You can see that we have one for takeovers, one for IPOs, one for secondary offerings, and so on. If I just open one of these as an example, you can see in this document that we have some summary information about the deal type. We have a list which vary in length of the different deal documents available. You can see that for secondary offerings, we show the deal summary, the offer announcement, and the results of the offer. Also, this document describes the deal points that are recorded for each deal. Again, for secondary offerings, you can see that we show the offer type, the percentage of issued share capital represented by shares being offered, conditions and approvals, underwriting arrangements, and irrevocable commitments, and so on. These, of course, will vary from deal to deal. Returning to the subtopic, and you can see, as with all of the different subtopics on Lexis PSL, you may have other drop-downs offering other content, in this case, some Q&As to help you use the service. I'm going to return to the topic page. Remember, we were looking at the Market Tracker topic. Another subtopic that we have is our trend reports. This is a fundamental part of our Market Tracker service where we analyze, compare and track the trends within the market and create trend reports of varying sizes. On the left-hand side, we've got our key trend reports, our long-form trend reports listed, and you can see some of the examples on the screen in front of you. Dividends, equity capital markets, public M&A deals, and so on. These are long-form trend reports that we typically try to produce every year or every season and update them on a regular basis. On the right-hand side of the screen, described as news, you can see other trends and news listed. These are our shorter form news analyses and what we call mini trends. So let's have a look at some examples of these. Trends in delistings, gender pay gap reporting, uncertain market conditions, and various others. So, returning to the corporate homepage. The second key area that you will be familiar with is the News tab. I should point out that the trend reports and mini trend reports that I mentioned earlier will also show up in this News tab. But in addition, what you will also find here are the Market Tracker daily and weekly roundups. For example, a daily roundup shows the announcements of that day that were issued on the London Stock Exchange for the AIM and main market companies that we cover within our scope. These are then gathered up into our weekly roundup, which you can opt to receive on a Friday. As I'm sure you're familiar with, the third tab on the corporate homepage is Key Resources, and this is where we will find access to the Market Tracker Deal Analysis tool. Just underneath the Key Resources tab itself is a box entitled Tools, and in fact the first item in that box is the Market Tracker Deal tool. I'm just going to click on that, and the first thing that appears is a typical disclaimer page. This is simply saying that the documents are made available on this website for information purposes only. I'm going to accept that, and then we find ourselves on the Market Tracker product. So I hope you found this demonstration video useful. If you have any concerns or queries, do please contact myself or my team on the email address markettrackeranalysts@lexisnexis.co.uk. Thank you.